Fresh FM. Dean Goodridge holds the ball aloft. Let's get it underway on Big Footy with John Hunter.
And doing the ruck work will be Higginson for the Tigers. Up they go. He wins the tap. Just to a contest. Dorwood's in there. Flicked out a ball. Just to another contest. The whistle on play. As we always do, Joel. Just a couple of seconds in, we have a secondary bounce. Haven't moved forward of centre at all. Dorwood got held. And he's going to get a free kick. So Higginson, the offending player. Castlemaine kicking to the scoreboard end. Oh no, it's not the scoreboard end anymore. The scoreboard end is the opposite end. Coming to the club room's end. Kicks it inside forward 50. Ramsey got a big punch on the footy and it goes over the boundary line. 78 from goal and we'll have a throw in.
The scoreboard end, John, the end with the scoreboard.
Yes, well it used to be down this end, Joel. That's why I got confused back in the day.
I do remember it being down this end. Ball will be chucked back in. Young boundary umpire on top of the fake 50-metre line as opposed to the real 50-metre line about 2 metres away. Ball chucked back in. Godsall and Higginson. Godsall had better of it. Straight down to O'Brien. His handball to Dorwood. O'Brien just bustles back on top of the footy. Hands and knees stuff for Big Jimmy. And 40 out from the Magpies goal. We will have a ball up. Standing in the goal square is Ford. In the right position just in front of him. Davey on right. And it looks as though Nash has gone to Ford. Up they go. Godsall won it with a deft little tap around the corner. Whitnish on top of the footy. Tries to track it down inside the boundary line. Tried to paddle it in and couldn't keep it in, so it'll be thrown back in. Still right in front of our broadcast position, thanks to the Little Red Apple this afternoon on Big Footy. We've played minute and a half. No score on the board as yet for either side.
Just in front of us. Thank you for that, Joel. I love it when you give it to me when it's right here. Up they go in the ruck. Godsell's there, taps it in the direction of Jared Graham, who paddles against the boundary line and sees it over, so we'll have another throw in. I think Reece Ford might be wearing a different jumper. We'll just have a good look at that. He's nominated as number 45.
He's had about 19 jumpers this year.
He has. Now, Godsell front position. Numbers are with the Tigers. Kick was smothered. That was Govan with the footy. Then it was picked up there by Whitney. He's easy to pick out. Kicks it smack bang into the middle of the Camp Reserve. Foreman overrun a footy. He should have taken it. And it'll be all with the Magpies. Side finds Max O'Sullivan, who's away to half forward. They've got the numbers here, the Tigers, but it's a fumbling ball hard up against the boundary line. Umpire won't have a bar of it and we'll have a throw in.
Couple of mistakes from Foreman there early. The drop mark.
Push a couple in!
Seven. Kyneton yet to score. 9 minutes in the first. Thanks to Innes Motors. Big footy. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
So brought back into play, and it's going to be a free kick. As you can hear from Dean Goodridge, he chopped the arms there, did Josh Govan. So a little handball around the corner. Gee, that was dodgy. Little one from Horn toward O'Brien, who's hemmed in on the boundary line. German can't get there, and the ball will be thrown back into play right in front of us. You're not having this one, John. Sorry to disappoint you.
Almost touching there, Joel.
9 minutes gone. Don't think you're allowed to do that. 1-1-7 Castlemaine.
Weird stuff going on here in the box.
Kyneton yet to score. 9 gone first term. Higginson stood his ground in front. Josh Gumman around the corner. A helicopter ball down the line is well marked by Maxie O'Sullivan. So O'Sullivan now goes towards Scollard, a long way from home. Free kick given away against Stevens. So it will go to Mitch Scollard, who's on centre wing on the railway side of the ground. He's going to get on the right boot, send it into the forward pocket. Lovely kick. Oh, Thompson got there, couldn't take the mark. Ball went to ground. Waitman reversed his field. Fired out a little handball around the corner. Stevens picked it up, jammed it on the boot. A high ball down the line, fighting hard for the footy there, working his way under it was McKnight. Oh, Higginson went in, applied the big don't argue, and there was a fair argument coming back the other way. And it is a free kick resultant from that to Zach Hansford, who laid a good tackle. And the skipper for the Magpies hands it off to Jenkins.
Jenkins will now kick it into the forward pocket, broadcast side, bouncing footy. He was looking for Reece Ford, but it was a cruel bounce, as it usually is with our football. An oval shape, and it will have a throw-in 70 out from goal. Again, directly in front of us, in front of the truck.
So Muscatello's got Thompson early stages and Stevens on Scollard in defence for the Magpies.
Chris McKnight, he's winning the tap against Higginson. Taps it to his feet. A little toe poke there by James O'Brien. The ball is flicked out in the direction of Andrietta. Couldn't get it. He's shown support there by Hamish Govan, who on the left will kick it down the line. I reckon it's out of bounds on the full.
Yep.
And it is. Pleading his case there, Waitman didn't get away with it, and the free kick will be taken by Jackson Hood.
Poor usage early, Coley, has left a lot to be desired from both sides.
Yeah, both sides are making mistakes.
Oh, and then the kick from Hood was smothered by Waitman in the end, so Waitman gets a little bit of retribution. The ball goes over the boundary line. It'll be thrown back into play. Jackson down on the boundary line thanks to Golden City Gates.
Just a few further matchups, boys. Zach Hansford with the job on Bryce Hinneberg, and Daniel Davey lining up against Talent Wright.
So ball to be thrown back in on the broadcast or railway line side of the ground. This has seen most of the play so far this side of the ground. 11 and a half gone, and Castlemaine by 7 points. Getting away from the stoppage there was Nash. Fires it inside forward 50. It's a wild ball to the right forward pocket. It's all Castlemaine back there though. Muscatello got there. He couldn't keep it in. And the ball will be thrown back into play. Right forward pocket. Castlemaine having to stand up and defend their territory at this stage. Kyneton looking for their first score of this ball game. 12 gone in the first term thanks to Bendigo Bank on Big Footy. Bendigo's Fresh FM from the Camp Reserve.
Higginson will do the ruck work. Muscatello's in there doing the ruck work for the Magpies, but it's swooped on by Waitman. He'll have a shot at goal on the left, and it just manages to get on the board for a minor score. So that's the first of the afternoon for the Tigers. They are one behind Castlemaine 117. 12 minutes have gone in the first thanks to Aussie Disposals. Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Usually make better of that opportunity would Waitman Coley. He's a very good finisher and just missed the mark on that occasion.
Yeah, I was surprised that it went so wide from goal.
So Stevens down the line, long ball, Horn got up high, couldn't take it, back inside forward 50 from Foreman, all back with the flight. Two Tigers almost mucked it up. Standing start for McKenna around the corner, Scollard marks it top of the square. And so the Tigers will get a shot at goal, and Mitch Scollard will go back from 25 metres out, almost directly in front, kick for his first and his 43rd of the season, which, depending on how Matty Gretrix is going early in that game, might give him the lead in the Ron Best medal race. So Scollard should have no troubles with this to tie the ball game after 13 minutes. Comes in, low, drop, punt is home. Well done from Scollard, his first of the game. 1-1-7 apiece, Castlemaine and Kyneton. 13 gone in the first term, thanks to Windows Motors on Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And that just shows how important it is to take the most of your opportunities, Peter, because they've had 6 inside 50s, Castlemaine. Kyneton only 3 yet. The score's a level.
Yeah, that's right. So important, isn't it?
Back in the middle, Higginson doing the ruck work. I noticed they're paying a fair bit of attention to Higginson. Magpies, they're changing on him. Chris McKnight's had a go.
That's the big deficit in the side, isn't it, really? They're ruck stocks.
Yeah, he's tall and gangly, isn't he? And can
he
jump.
Gets around the ground really well too.
So
a good pick-up for them.
Back in the middle, just waiting the umpire to throw it up, and he does. Up they'll go in the ruck. Higginson won it on that occasion. Jimmy O'Brien there was there for the Magpies, put into the direction of Dorwood. Dorwood handballed, well, it tried to handball it, but he was just all bound up on hands and knees. They all jump on him. The umpire says, give it to me and I'll throw it up.
The changes for these sides today too. Robertson and Millam were out for Castlemaine. German and Farrow both playing, and for Kyneton, Harrison Huntley did his ankle at training during the week. Jono Nash comes in for him. Thompson, McKenna and Chambers all playing for the Tigers.
Back in the middle of the ground again, another contest forms. Zach Hansford is there, hands and knees. Dorwood offers support. Might have got one too high. Umpire didn't agree. And again, smack bang in the middle of the Camp Reserve. We'll have another ball in. 1-1 apiece. It's a contest, 14.5 in the first, thanks to Guinness Motors, Big Footy, Betty, FM.
So Damien Nolan gets set to fire the foot. It's quite nice out there in the centre wicket there, just on a little bit of a rise, and it'll be pulled up again. Quite a pronounced rise in the middle of the ground out there, isn't it?
The curator is Graham Fraser, who does a fantastic job.
So ball to be balled up again, comes to the foot. Oh, look at Jimmy O'Brien bustle his way through the contest and just drop one on the boot out wide. Hamish Govan leads the foot race back there, picks the footy up, ball to Caraffa, nice little one through traffic to Hindenburg, hemmed it on the boundary line. What can he do with it? Did well in the end. Left foot kick down the line for Chambers, handball around the corner to Whitnish. Whitnish will fire the Tigers up toward half forward. Waitman.
It up by hand, gives it to a teammate, to Hood. Hood now kick it. It's a horrible kick looking for Godsell and kicks it out of bounds on the full. That is on the Frankie Byrne wing. Forward of centre of the Tigers. So 1 point margin. It's the Tigers. And Jackson, they've been doing the attacking the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, they certainly have, Johnny. 5 of the last inside 50s actually for Kyneton, and so they've got all the momentum at the moment.
And just waiting for the ball to return. It might have gone into the creek there, on the creek side.
Swift flowing creek, eh? But Waitman is one that he'd normally nail his last couple of shots at goal, so he's been a little bit Australian, and then a pass to Thompson a couple of minutes earlier on didn't hit its target.
Higginson, that was a short pass. That was neat. Finds Ethan Foreman. That's a poor kick. It was smothered. That was Tom Horn doing some good work. Sold some candy. And again, I don't know who's calling for it out of bounds on the full, but it's gone again. So somebody must be calling for the footy over there.
Someone over there, yeah.
Now it's the Tigers from Hindenburg. A short left footer to the wing. Finds Reece Megan. He'll now cross the other side of the ground, but it's all with the Magpies. Jimmy O'Brien picks up the footy. Short kick there. It looks like German. German's got the footy. He'll be looking there for Watson, but it's a poor kick. It's just a pack of Tigers over the outer side of the ground. A short give by foot to Megan. Megan to Hindenburg on half forward. He'll run his full measure. He'll be looking for Thompson. Good effort. Good jukes. Takes a mark in front of the eyes. He was out of position to start off with, but was good enough. Showed his experience. He'll have a shot on goal there.
Yeah, he was way out of position, wasn't he? But gee, he done well to get to the front, and strong pair of hands to clunker.
It was a real clunker there, Peter, so he looked like he was out of position, but experience shows the AFL player Nathan Thompson.
Yeah, he was kind of falling as he took it, wasn't he? He wasn't certainly balanced.
Well, he's got a 45-degree angle, probably not that much, really. He'll have a shot goal for the Tigers. Tigers are kicking to the Forest Street end here at the Camp Reserve. And he kicks truly, like a true professional. They forge ahead, the Tigers. They'll go 2-2-14. And Castlemaine 1-1-7. 19 minutes into the first, thanks to NS Motors Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And a fresh live VFL update. 2 boys around the grounds. Kangaroo Flat down to Gardner Reserve, leading by 19 points over Gisborne. South Bendigo, they trail Sandhurst by 3 points after getting off to an early lead with 4 of the first 5 scoring shots of the game. And Strathfield say they lead Golden Square by 5 points.
Back into the middle. Good ruck work there by Godsell, but the numbers again with the Tigers. Josh Coven will kick it to half forward. Contest 2-on-1. The number is with the Magpies. Dorwood picks it up by hand, gives it to Jenkins. By hand over the top to a teammate. Now he'll kick it to half forward. Good hard lead by Ramsey, who takes a chest mark. 55 out from goal. Broadcast side. He will kick it into the hot spot, looking for Ford, who had the front position. Good hard work by the Tigers. Andrietta did well. Numbers with the Magpies. German flicked it around, then received it back by hand. A bit of a nervous give, but it was okay to Dave Wilson. They won it, lost it, then lost it again. 2 times in a row. Umpire will blow the whistle and will have a ball up 48 out from goal.
Strong stuff, isn't it? It is very, very strong stuff. Both of these sides engaged in a very willing battle down here at the Camp Reserve. Just ticked into time on. Kyneton by 7 points. They've kicked the last 2 of the contest. They've kicked the last 2 goals too. They have scored all their points unanswered. Ball inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Graham fit out a handball. Mustafa's on top of it. Tried to shovel it out. Dorwood went through. Clever handball. Josh Govan back the other way. Gone. Took him on. Tackled. And a free kick will come to the Castlemaine Magpies, and picking himself up off the turf. It is Clay German, who is back in the senior side today. Might be his first game back in as well. He's a goal kicker in these games too. I think he kicked 7 in the corresponding fixture last year.
It's been out of favour for a while, Joel, so he's got his opportunity here.
Well, he needs to take his opportunity. German comes in, 40 metres out, right foot kick. That he has most certainly done. Great goal to German. Magpies hit back 2-1-13, Kyneton 2-2-14, 21 gone first term. That is thanks to Aussie Disposals on Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM. And if you're out of favour with the coach, Collie, there aren't many smarter things you can do than earn a tackle with a chase down, earn a free with a chase down.
The know-how, so that was good. And recently, unfortunately, minutes off and the other team can pick you up. We've seen the same early on with Castlemaine off to good lead and Kyneton picked them up. Now the Main have got away again.
So just runs of unanswered goals at this stage for both sides. So goal to Ford gives Castlemaine a 5-point lead. They kicked the first of the game. Kyneton kicked the next 2, and now Castlemaine have the next 2 after that. It is a very topsy-turvy affair down here at the Camp Reserve early stages. These sides, of course, lining up for the Challenge Cup this afternoon. McCarthy into the ruck now for the Tigers. Did well, got his own rove round the corner, had it stolen from him there, Rainey. So the Magpies come inside forward 50. Well done, Ramsey. Used the body brilliantly, then lost it in a tackle. Was he held without it? He most certainly was. Free kick, says Damien Nolan. He accentuated it nicely, did Ramsey. And he'll go back 35 out directly in front and try and give them their 3rd straight goal, the Magpies.
And they'd be 3 goals within 3 minutes too, Joel. So this is a real purple patch for Castlemaine heading into quarter time.
Another shootout, Jackson. They are always shootouts, these games. This no exception. So Ramsey, who has certainly probably had not the liveliest of seasons by his standards, see what he can do with this. 35 metres out, directly in front. It's a slow, steady approach. He fires and he goals. Ramsey's first of the day is Castlemaine's 3rd in a row. Their 3rd in 3 minutes, as Jackson said. And they go out to an 11-point lead. 4-1-25. Kyneton at 2-2-14. 24 and a half gone. in the first term. That's thanks to Bendigo Bank on Big Footy. Bendigo's Fresh FM putting it together a nice little run here, the Magpies, Jackson, but they've got to keep it going.
Yeah, they certainly do. And the key message, Peter, from at quarter time from Luke Betty would have to be just to be tight in defence, I reckon, because they've let a few easy goals slip the last few minutes.
Yes, should be. And then the other thing he said was they were going to play straight up the middle of the ground too, didn't he?
Back in the middle, we'll have a secondary bounce. I think that might be the strategy from now on. We just ignore the first bounce and then just go straight to the second, because how many times does it in fact happen?
I reckon it's confirmation bias. You only notice it when it does happen and you don't when it doesn't.
Oh, well, that's good psychology there, Joel. So Jimmy O'Brien kicks it to half forward in the direction of Johnny Watson, who tracks the football in the direction of us. It was good body work there by Nash of the Tigers. Whistle on play, however, for a throw. And the Magpies have got a free kick. They've invited to play on Dorwood on the left. He'll kick it to the hot spot. Oh, geez, under pressure here are the Tigers. Probably should have went a little bit harder than what they did. And another whistle on play, 30 out from goal directly in front. The Magpies seem to be on their game to me at the moment, lads. We'll just have a bit of a recap at quarter time, of course, but they've come. They had a bit of a rest and they're coming again. Jimmy O'Brien sharked that footy. I don't know if it's come off a foot. I reckon it has. Yep. That's a goal. Now, Clay German's claiming it. It is his. He was right on the goal line and toe poked it through for his second. So, good bit of play there, Magpies. That takes the Maggies to 4-1-25, Kyneton 2-2-14, and we are in the shadows of quarter time. Thanks to Bendigo Bank, Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Their fifth goal of the quarter, a great effort there for Castlemaine, and obviously they're out to a strong 17-point lead now, close to quarter time. A fresh live LVFL update just coming through too, thanks to Ted Rogers. Morong leading YCW by 22 points at quarter time.
Big effort from the Panthers there. They need a win this afternoon. And I'll tell you what, Castlemaine, 4 in a row now. Dangerous territory for Kyneton. Higginson gets up and absolutely belts that football down. Huntley back the other way. One bounce down the railway side. A second, a right foot kick inside forward 50. Right getting in the area. Coming the other way was Nash. Did well. Right kept it in though. Battled hard. Shoveled the handball out towards Ramsey. He can't keep it in. Ball will be thrown back into play. Right forward pocket at the club room's end here at the Camp Reserve. 27 gone the first term. Castlemaine 5-1 lead. Kyneton 2-2. An entertaining start here on Big Footy. Joel Peterson, John Hunter, Peter and Shane Cole and Jackson Saunders with you this afternoon. McKnight won it down. Ramsey around the corner tries to claim the free kick from the tackle. Nothing coming. Damien Nolan comes in and he will ball it up. Still about 25 out from the Magpies goal.
Not sure if the Tigers are here to play at the moment. They had a little bit of a patch there for 5 minutes, but they really need to switch on. On the other side of the coin, the Magpies are doing really well. Jimmy O'Brien sharks it out of the ruck. It was tapped in his direction, banged it on the left and put it straight through the middle. Didn't he enjoy that? Magpies go to 6-1-37. The Tigers are 2-2-14. 28 in the first, thanks to Aussie Disposals. Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yeah, as we know, he was on the end of the last one, but almost his kick got over the line till Clay got his boot to it. But that time he made sure of it, didn't he? But it is such good play. Just sharking the ball out of the ruck. He's working it out well.
That he is. And O'Brien's having a real impact around those stoppages inside the forward 50. And at the moment, Kyneton are struggling to match it. This is quite the start from Castlemaine. They have answered the challenge and then some. Jimmy O'Brien hacked it off the deck. It might have been kicking in danger, but it was against his own teammate. Govan goes through. Ball work forward for the Magpies again towards their forward 50. Nervous times for them at the moment. Andrietta got it to Govan. He got it to Safstrom, who runs off half back and pokes a little kick out wide to Foreman. His left foot ball toward half forward. Hood worked under the footy nicely. Out the back was Waitman. Farrow picked it up. Back toward Hood. Has to be clever. Handball to Godsell. Handball back inboard. They work it now to Dorwood with the Magpies. He fell over at the critical moment, but he was tugged apparently. And Dorwood will have a free kick. Just defensive side of centre. He sends it out wide. The Magpies at the moment, Johnny, in control. They lead it by 23 at the 29-minute mark of the first.
Farrow received the football, then he went short to Hansford. He'll go down the line looking for Horn. It was a poor kick. Fell over when he shouldn't have. There was Nash. Ball tumbled out of his hands and goes over the boundary line for a throw in. So that was a poor result for the Tigers then. Just the intensity is not there with their game at the moment. That was just an error that shouldn't have been made. Timekeeper's side, the wing, Godsell, He taps it to ground level on half forward of the Magpies. Doing some hard work in there. Number 13, no harder than him. He's in amongst it again. That's Jimmy O'Brien, who's just been influential in this first opening quarter. 55 out from goal. The Magpies kicking to the club room's end. Up they'll go in the ruck. Godsell, a double-hander, straight to his feet to nobody in particular. 5 players dive in over on top of the football. Umpire again blows his whistle, and 51 metres out from the Magpies' goal will have another throw up. 37 playing 14, big margin. I don't think we would have tipped this at the start of the game. So we went the Magpies except for Joel.
Not by any stretch.
Umpire throws it up again. Hacked out of the air by Megan. Didn't go anywhere. Ball is smothered. That kick was Dord of the Magpies. Still we're treading water. 60 metres out from the Magpie goal now. Still timekeeper side. Now they're out the Magpies. Ford's tackled well, and he's been pinged for incorrect disposal, and it'll go the way of the Tigers.
Oh, they'd love a late one here, Con. They might get it too. Megan's off through the centre. He goes up toward half forward. Waitman needs to mark or didn't. Hood went to ground. Waitman went to ground. Free kick to Ben Waitman, who's not going to be allowed to play on. Dean Goodridge making sure of that. He tried to pick the footy up, didn't come back behind his mark. So he's got it at left half forward. 31 minutes gone. The Tigers trail by 23 points. He tees it up to the top of the square. Thompson in the area, flies high, can't take it. At the back, Schollard. Foreman there too. Schollard hacks it off the deck toward goal. And just left it narrow. And through for only the one behind. 2-3-15 Kyneton, 6-1-37 Castlemaine. 31 and a half gone in this first term. It'll be a long one. Thanks to Innes Motors on Big Footy. Bendigo's Fresh FM from Camp Reserve on a beautiful Saturday afternoon for footy, Johnny.
Muscatelli didn't muck around. He kicked it there to Huntley, and then Huntley short again, come back inboard to Jimmy O'Brien, who's racking up the possessions. That's a nice kick to Farrow off half back. He'll dish it off by hand. In fact, Farrow received that handball. Geez, he hit 2 places at the same time there, Joel. Now it is with the Tigers off half forward. They've got the numbers. They're sharing it around in the direction there of Waitman. He's had a couple of good possession. Good hard tackling there by Tommy Horn. Released the football in the direction of O'Brien. O'Brien then goes long to top right. He'll have to move it on quickly because there must only be minutes remaining. Seconds in fact
remaining.
There, Joel. Well, good effort, Castlemaine. Haven't they started? Well, 6-1-37, they are leading this game, Joel, 2-3-15.
Yeah, that they are a great start.
Things like that, so we need to shut down defensively much better. I think that our speed and ball movement is still there and will be dangerous, but we've just got to be able to get the ball out to those runners.
Luke, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks.
Luke Beattie there with Jackson Saunders. His side down by 22 points after the first term. We're underway in the second quarter as Dean Goodridge fires the ball nice and high into the air. Up they go in the ruck. Higginson, who's had an influence on the game and hasn't had much help in the midfield, got it down for the Tigers. A long high ball toward half forward. Carappa tracks it back there. The Magpies go into attack to start us off in the second term. Carappa had some work to do as well. Eventually got the handball to Higginson. He got it out wide. A dinky kick down the line towards Foreman. Paid off in the end. Foreman by hand to Whitnish. This is better from the Tigers. Whitnish inside forward. 50 to Schollard. Big grab. Second bite of the cherry, stood tall. Stevens could do nothing about that, and Schollard took a ripper. He will go back from 25 out and should have no trouble with this, Coley.
He shouldn't. No, strong mark, front position. Stevens tried his best to punch the ball away, but it wasn't strong enough.
So Schollard comes in to fire for his second and puts it through. Good start for the Tigers in the second term. Minute gone, they get their third. 3-21 Kyneton, Castlemaine 6-1-37. And that is thanks to Bendigo Bank on Big Footy. Bendigo's Fresh FM, just the start Luke Beattie would have hoped for.
Yeah, and Schollard and Tomo complement one another, those two down there. So they're certainly strong if they can get the ball there. Oh, Luke Beattie was very positive at quarter time, I thought. So
Yep.
That was a good interview by Jacko.
Well, back in the middle, the Tigers are now kicking to the club room's end here at the Camp Reserve. The Camp Reserve absolutely in pristine condition. Sun is shining.
Beautiful day, isn't it? One of the walking around just before, it's almost, you wouldn't say warm, but it's very mild. It's one of the great winter days down here at Castlemaine. Absolute ripper.
Now the ball has moved to half forward for the Tigers again. Hands and knees there was Graham. Stood up with the football. The whistle on play. And we're going to have a free kick. It's actually going the way of the Tigers. So Jared Graham tried to do too much. Davey got the free kick. He dished it off to a teammate who kicks it to a leading Ethan Foreman, who's playing in the pocket now. He turns and goes, 60 out goal. He'll kick it to the hot spot. A fake lead there by Thompson. That opened up there. Good work for Scholar, who just found the space, and he'll have a shot at goal and took a mark. But how was the dummy lead from Thompson? Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great. It was very, very smart football, and Foreman knew that was coming. They've obviously got those running patterns set. Foreman knew what to look for and kicked it absolutely perfectly for Scholar.
Magpies backman didn't know what was going on until it was all over. Scholar for his third and kicks it. Here come the Tigers. So good effort, good ball movement. The Tigers go to 4-3 at 27. Castlemaine 6-1, 37. 3 minutes into the first, thanks to Bendigo Bank. Big footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And the key message from Shane Roberts, the main coach at quarter time, thanks to Shane Cole, is just to keep up the physicality in his second term. But overall, he's pretty pleased with the start for the Magpies. A fresh live LVFL update to a quarter time in the clash between Bridgewater and Serpentine. It's the Mean Machine 7-3.
The challenge here in this second term, Higginson had his kick smothered, then dived on it. Umpire said nothing for it, and we will have a ball up. 6-1 plays 4-3. The Tigers, after conceding the last 5 of the first term, have kicked the first 2 of the second term and are coming with a bit of a rush here at the Castlemaine Magpies. Higginson went up, threw one of the all-time round arm fists at that football and completely missed it. Castlemaine go inside forward 50, loose ball out the back, pounced on by Watson, couldn't pick it up effectively. Carafa went through, he was well tackled, ball spilled free. On the deck now inside forward 50 for the Magpies, and it is a ball up once more. So the Magpies into attack. They kick to the Forest Street end in this second term, the scoreboard end, and they need to either at least hold up defensively or find a score here, Johnny.
Ramsey, he just punched in the direction of the hot spot, but the numbers are with the Tigers. They are being released here, and they do through into the middle. Whistle on play for a push. Free kick to Govan, I think.
Yep, noticeable. They have opened the game up tight, and they're really winning the footy and shoveling it out quickly.
They're a different Tigers side now. Hindenburg kicked the ball in the direction of Waitman, who takes a chest mark. He'll come short again, looking for Megan. Megan takes a mark in front of his eyes, 60 out from goal. Turns and goes into the direction of it, leading Thompson. Ball bounces in his direction. He's good enough, but don't argue. Gets on the right, and he's being pinged. He tried to do too much. Probably should have got one for a trip, I reckon, if I was going to be honest about it. Jimmy O'Brien has got the free kick. Kicked it in the direction there of Muscatello. He mucked it up, but there wasn't anyone around him. He had time. Gives it to Dawood, who kicks it down the Frankie Byrne wing in the direction of Johnny Watson. Johnny Watson now off half forward. A long high ball inside forward 50, and Ramsey has taken a strong contested mark directly in front, 30 metres out, and they need this one, the Magpies.
That they do. It's a good grab from Ramsey. Good ball movement from Castlemaine. Thought Thompson, the trip free kick probably was there, but he got the footy knocked up first.
Yes, yeah. Yep.
You don't see him argue often, but he did give the umpire a little bit of his mind.
He felt aggrieved, no doubt.
However, the ball is down the other end, so literally a 12-point play because Thompson was just about to line up on goal. Mark Ramsey kicking for his second goal. He's taking a lot of time directly in front. It's a long high ball, straight as you like. They like it through the middle. The Magpies, they straighten up now. They go to 7-1-43. Kyneton 4-3-27. 6 minutes into the first, thanks to Innes Motors. Big footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Very nice goal there to Ramsey, and a beautiful finish too. Obviously, that regains a bit of momentum for them, I guess, Peter, because Kyneton have started this term well.
Yeah, they needed to get that one. As Shane would say, as a steadier, I suppose it's a little bit early in the game for that.
Needed to just stem the flow a little bit, though. They certainly did that. And it was fantastic defensive work inside the forward 50 from the Magpies that set it up. Shane Robertson will be very pleased about that. Higginson up in the ruck, won it down. Whitnish a quick kick. I think it was Megan, only going as far as Watson, and he's been awarded a 50 as Whitnish came streaming over the mark. So it'll be Watson who takes it right to centre half forward.
He's pleading his case some extra meterage there.
Yeah, well, he's getting it too. He's about 40 out, maybe 45 out. It'd test him from here, Johnny Watson. He's going to go back and have a dip. From 45 metres out, it's an ugly ball, and it floats through for one behind. Just trying to over-kick it and skewed off the side of the boot there, Watson. 7-2-44, Castlemaine. 4-3-27, Kyneton. 7.5 gone in the second term. That is thanks to Aussie Disposals. On Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Rainey got it on half-back, kicked it down Frankie Byrne wing towards Foreman, but Cal Huntley, good big fist in there and puts it over the boundary line. So good work there, Magpies defensively. On the Creek side, I affectionately know as the Frank Byrne wing. Incidentally, Frank Byrne has got a function at half-time for ex-players and officials.
Our Fresh Life North Central Football League update. It's quarter time between Witchy-Proof Narraport and Charlton. 5-3 Witchy, 2-3 the Charlton Blues.
Ball is thrown in, ground level. Davey did some good work, kicked it inside, forward 50, looking for Whitnish. They've got the numbers. Scholar just dished it off by hand to Wakeman, kicks it around the body, but just finds the little stick.
He kicked it to where the goals used to be.
That would have been a goal, in fact. So, minor score, Tigers 4-4-28, the Magpies 7-2-44. Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Kicked it to where they were before they moved them during the week, hence the change of the 50-metre arcs on.
Five 4-34. Joel Peterson, John Hunter, Peter Cole, Shane Cole, and Jackson Saunders bringing you the football here on Big Footy. We get local. Again, we've got a contested footy on the Jingle Street wing. They're not going. Forward at ground level was O'Sullivan. He got
Kyneton kicked 2 goals in the first. They've kicked 6 in this second term, and Castlemaine opened with 6. An absolute ripper at the camp. And hope you can stick with us on Big Footy. Battling a few issues, few gremlins down here this afternoon, technical-wise, so hopefully you stick with us, and we do apologise for them throughout the broadcast on Big Footy this afternoon. Here's Mustafa in the centre of the ground for the Magpies. Handball to Dorwood. Hanson needs stuff for him. He's besieged by Whitnish and Govan. And the ball is locked up still in the centre of Camp Reserve. Beautiful day down here in Castlemaine. Sun shining. Not a breath of wind to speak of. And the 3:44 Southern Cross to Melbourne goes past as Zach Hansford dished one out there. In fact, I'm not sure whether it was Hansford or Wilson.
Yeah, David Wilson, actually.
So Wilson got Nash a pretty good one that sent him crashing down to the turf. No free kick, said the umpire. Didn't see it. Hinneberg in defence for the Tigers now as Castlemaine bang it toward half forward. Great pick-up from Bright. Got around the corner into the pocket off forward. Nearly took a screaming one-handed mark. Comes out the other way through Warren. His long kick down the line was always intended for the boundary line, but it won't be deliberate. It'll be thrown back in. Railway side of the ground. No, Railway not too far away, as you can probably hear in the effects, Mike. 8-4 the Tigers, 7-2 the Magpies. Nearly time on in this second term on Big Footy.
Up they go in the ruck. McCarthy picked it out of the air and banged it on the boot very, very quickly, looking for Waitman. Foreman was there, overran the footy, but tracked the footy there was Huntley. Huntley lost the footy. Waitman might have got one too high. Put it out in the direction of Foreman by hand. Right near the boundary line, 30 out from goal for the Tigers. The umpire will blow his whistle and will throw it up. So Foreman in particular has come into this game. He's needed to. Also O'Sullivan getting his hands on the footy. All the big names have got the Tigers back into this game. Thompson in the ruck work, too strong. Jimmy O'Brien, talk about battle of the heavyweights there. Thompson, O'Brien, they look at each other eye to eye as they're on the ground.
So, well done.
And they say, I don't want to hit you, and I don't want to hit you.
Yeah, it's a fair bit of respect shown there.
Probably about 450 kilos between the both of them. Up they go in the ruck. Thompson again used his body, grabbed it out of the air. Probably
One
should
in
be
the back,
him, but got one in the back. But he tried to grab it out of the ruck, so I'm not sure. Anyway, the head is sacrosanct, so he's got the free kick. Probably should have got one earlier, so this one is the evener upper. Pretty tight angle. We'll get a good look at it. 30 metres out. Very tight angle. Forward pocket right in front of us. In front of the broadcast truck who was supplied by who, Joel Peterson?
The Little Red Apple, Johnny.
The Little Red Apple from Harcourt. It's a little town outside Melbourne, isn't it? I thought I'd just try to bring you in nicely there, Joel. Nathan Thompson. Poor kick. Minor score. Disappointing result. He won't like that. Tigers go to 8-5-53. Castlemaine at 7-2-44. 21 minutes into the second, thanks to Bendigo Bank Big Footy. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Got 2, Tomo. Not his best effort. Hood runs it outside defensive 50. A long ball down the line, and that is a really, really nice mark on the outer side of the ground there from McKnight. Showed courage to go back with the flight, got absolutely clobbered and still hang on to it. He came down the line. Good kick now for O'Brien. Jimmy O'Brien centre wing outer side. That is just the biggest toe poke you have ever seen in your life. Hardly went 12 metres. And it went straight to a Kyneton player who couldn't mark it in McCarthy, and the ball is locked up. But that was not Jimmy's best effort. It almost looked like when he went to kick it, he tried to stop kicking it and just drop it on the ground or something.
I reckon he might have been buggered because he did make the play up here near us, so he had to run 50 metres.
So McCarthy grabs it out of the resultant ball up, tumbles it down the line, and a good mark going back with the flight to Horn for the Magpies. We'll try and reload them going toward the station, Forest Street end. It's Kyneton by 9 points at the 22.5-minute mark of the second term on Big Footy.
Check. Timmins kicks it to Mustafa, who goes a little left ball. He tried to be too cute and copped it up to Megan off half-back. He'll come down the Frankie Byrne wing. The kick is to Hindenburg. Defensive side of centre. On the wing.
Fresh line of LBFL update. Half-time, Midiamo 5-8-38. Lead Calibre 5-2-32. So a good game there. It's the Superoos by a goal.
They go laterally. They're working the footy through Govan into the middle of the ground. McCarthy dropped the ball that he should have taken. All bound up. Whistle on play and we'll have a ball up. Smack bang in the middle of the Camp Reserve. 44 playing 53. The Magpies lost the lead probably about 12, 13 minutes ago. The Tigers have been really good in this second term. They've come to play. They go in the ruck. Ball spills into the middle of the ground. They've got the numbers here, the Tigers, and they'll push it forward inside forward 50. Intended target, Thompson. Bouncing footy, goal square. Huntley will see it over the line for a minor score. That was the correct thing to do, and they will take the Tigers to 8-6-54. Castlemaine 7-2-44, and something's happened off the play.
Yeah, Huntley stepped on the line.
Geez, that's a mistake there. 44 playing 54. Shadows of half-time. Big footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM.
So it'll be a ball up top of the square here for Kyneton. And they will get another opportunity. Costly mistake from young Callan Huntley. Damien Nolan calls time on. Up they go. Thompson won it down. Out the back, Waitman tried to crash through the pack, as did O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan shoveled it out. Dropping it on the boot there was Stevens from the last line of defence. O'Brien went past it. Well done, Davey. Handball back around the corner. Heard a voice and then couldn't find it. Timmins fires in for the Magpies, as does Carafa for the Tigers. There's a few thrown in there among all that. And the ball will be thrown back in. It'll be balled up across half forward for the Tigers, Jackson.
Fresh live LVFL update at half-time at Morong. It's the Panthers leading by 32 points over YCW, with Shannon Millwood with 3 goals to the major break for the Panthers.
Ball up, centre half forward for Kyneton. They would love another one to extend that gap to 16 points. They might get it here. Megan, handball back to Hindenburg. Handball back around the corner. They come inside forward 50. Hood flies high. Waitman over the back. Neither could take it effectively. Round the corner, O'Sullivan to Whitnish. He got it back to a teammate who is tackled really well by Horn. Has to be gone, and is. Great tackle, Tommy Horn. Good defence, Magpies. And they'll reload here off half-back.
Tommy Horn, he'll come to the wing and find Dorwood. Dorwood's got an option there if he decides to go in Muscatello. He doesn't. He finds Timmins, in fact. So Timmins just forward of centre for the Magpies. He'll drive it long inside forward 50. Ramsey flew early. Got a lot of that football. Not quite enough, though. Tigers are under pressure. They push it towards the boundary line in the direction of Hindenburg. He'll pick it up, then he'll kick it to the wing. His intended target will be Whitnish. Grabs the footy, then fell over. They're calling for a free kick, the Magpies. They won't get one. Umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll have another ball up. Jingle Street wing, 10-point margin. It's the Tigers. Must be only a couple of minutes left in this second term. Entertaining game down here at the Camp Reserve. Timmins is tracking the football for the Magpies. Offering support is Watson. He gets tackled, and he's being pinged, and it was a good, strong, hard tackle by Whitnish, who'll relieve the pressure for the Tigers.
So, centre of the ground now, they've got it, Kyneton. Here is the skipper in Rainey to Davey. Davey will load up a long ball inside the forward 50. Huntley just absolutely outbodied Foreman. Did beautifully. And then his kick was horrible. Half volley toward O'Brien. Just bullocked his opponent out of the way. It was the big two-handed, don't argue. Don't worry about the Dustin Martin fend-off. He just put the footy under his wing and went with both fists into the bloke. That was beautiful work from Big Jimmy. It resulted in a boundary throw-in, but who cares? That was magnificent. That was one of the great pieces of play you'll see this afternoon. I've never seen the two-handed don't argue in my life before.
Very difficult when you've got a footy to deal with as well there, Joel.
Exactly right. Ball chucked back in. Jimmy's in there again. He's played an absolutely fantastic game. In fact, he shoveled it out to Hansford. Hansford inside forward 50. Wright came out, attacked the footy. 30 out from the Magpies goal. Firing in there on hands and knees, doing well was Maguire. Nearly locked it up. Comes out for the Tigers, a high ball into the centre of the ground, and they're away here. It's Rainey with the footy. He can come back the other way. 2 bounces through the centre, goes long inside forward 50. Thompson and Scholar. Tomo in front. Free kick. Free kick to the Tigers, and Thompson, who was worked illegally under the ball, said Damien Nolan by Jesse Muscatello. And Thompson will go back 25 out and should kick his third.
He plays it well. He plays for them, and he gets them the way it is.
He just got that one with the experience.
He did.
Not much more. Thompson comes in and kicks his third. Tigers extend their lead to 16 points. 9-6-60 the Tigers. Castlemaine 7-2-44. 28 gone second term thanks to Innes Motors on Big Footy, Bendigo's Fresh FM. This is a cracking game of football, Coley.
It's an absolute beauty. Yes, there's no doubt about it. And it could go. I'll probably go this way the rest of the game, I think.
It's really been a game of runs, hasn't it? A game of both sides really, maybe not defensively having some lapses, but a very attacking game for the most part, Jack.
Yeah, but both sides are showing they can kick multiple goals, don't they?
7 goals to 1 in this term. It's been an effect.
Comes up with it. Well, taking some stats, I suspect Jimmy O'Brien will be right up there. He's just been amongst everything. He's recovered from that little injury he had earlier in the year, obviously, because he's moving pretty well. The Tigers push it to the outer side of the ground through Kelly, then they'll kick it in the direction of Waitman forward pocket. Jackson Hood did pretty well for the Magpies. Got in the direction there of Jenkins. Jenkins by hand to Dorwood. Dorwood banged it on the boot, but it was a poor kick and kicked it out of bounds on the full, on the Jingle Street wing, and the free kick will be taken by Rainey. The skipper, it's Rainey, just asking for the football to be given back. 7-2-44, the Magpies, Kyneton 9-6-60, 29 and a half have gone in this second term, just in the shadows of half-time. Frankie Byrne has got that players reunion at half-time as the ball's kicked inside forward 50. They flew high. Magpies have got the number. Come back to the back door through Huntley. Huntley now try to kick it long. Good smothering it is by the player there for the Tigers. Scholar. And they go to him, Joel, and didn't they enjoy that? And doesn't that in fact lift your team?
It always helps when you do it in front of the bench.
In front of the coach, yeah.
They loved it over there. Beats was straight onto it. Ball chucked back in. Tigers looking for another toward half-time. Thompson had it and lost it. Came back for Kyneton. A dribbly ball into the forward pocket. Muscatello had it. Govan picked it up. He fired a goal and missed to the near side. That would have been a very important one for Kyneton's chances. 9-7-61 the Tigers. They lead by 17 points. Castlemaine is 7-2-44. 30 and a half minutes gone here in this second term, and there is plenty of noise and talk out there at the moment as Dave Stevens chips it all of about 12 metres to Hood, who burns Thompson and then goes long down the line with a wobbly ball that's fisted over there by Warren. Is it stayed in? It did. No, Higginson tried to keep it in. Ball trickled over the line and be thrown in on the outer side of the ground. Between wing and half forward for the Kyneton Tigers. Nearly 31 minutes gone in this second term. Kyneton 9-7, Castlemaine 7-2 on Big Footy. Here goes Fresh FM.
Both teams will regroup at half-time. Castlemaine were really dominant in that first term, and the Tigers have come out here swinging in this second term, so good effort by both teams. I suppose you'd call it a draw as the ball comes inside forward 50 again for the Tigers. Thompson is there. He had a lot of that. Umpire should have paid it, I reckon. 30 metres out. Chambers is on the ground now. He tried to grab the footy. Foreman's there. Oh, he made the umpire look, but umpire didn't want to have a bar of it. Tried to get one for a hold. Good work there by the umpires not to be sucked in by either team.
Don't know what Thompson had to do to be paid a mark.
Stating his case at the moment.
Oh, he had a lot of it.
He did.
Umpire will throw it up directly in front, 30 out, but he had a big piece of it. Up they'll go in the ruck. Thompson there does the ruck work. Magpies will clear the footy through Hood by hand. He'll give it there to Dorwood. Dorwood will kick it long to the wing. It'll be a bouncing footy. Good tracking of the football. There was Andrew Edibert. Forward came from nowhere. Has a bounce. Runs to half forward. He'll kick it long into the forward pocket. Up they fly. Clay Germans in the rear position. Couldn't get the footy. A whistle on play, and it's going to be a free kick. And the Tigers will take the ball out of that back pocket.
Yeah. Shame Reese had to go so wide, wasn't he? He didn't have the finesse. I think the cut back inside he could have put in the hot spot.
So it was Govan who stood in and took a good mark. All the other games around Bendigo football today, very low scoring. This one proving the exception to the rule. 101 or 105 points scored between these two sides. We're not even at half-time. We've had two 30-something minute quarters. We're at 32 and a half now as the Tigers come down the line for Warren. They'd love to move it quickly here. They're going to have to. Warren gets on his bike. A left foot kick inside forward 50. Waitman the target off. Got hands to it. Couldn't take it. Roving it though. Tigers for a kick coming for a high tackle. No. Probably should have been. Damien Nolan circle says give it to me. Ball up. Right in front of us. Think maybe Rainey a little bit unlucky. 45 metres out from the Tigers' goal. They are pressing here toward half-time. 33 minutes gone. They lead it by 17 points. Thompson up in the ruck. It's all Tigers out the back of the contest, though. They might be able to come away with it. Watson's in there. Mustafa's in there. Shovels it out to Huntley. His handball around the corner. Barrow's happy to see it across the boundary line, and it will be thrown back into play right in front of our broadcast position, thanks to the Little Red Apple this afternoon. 7-2 the Magpies, 9-7 the Tigers, 33.5 gone in the second term.
You're a gentleman, Joel, giving it to me here. Thompson wins the tap to the hot spot in the direction of Davey. Davey will go around the body, he'll put it in the direction of Govan. Govan has just stumbled over the boundary line, in fact thrown over the boundary line.
That's an outstanding hip and shoulder.
Yeah. And it'll be a throw in only 5 metres around from goal.
Good thing he's having a laugh about it too.
Yeah. The dive probably would have got a 9 out of 10 off the diving board. Now, up they go in the ruck again. A lot of players around this football. No one, in fact, won the advantage. Good tracking there. It was by Karappa, who puts it towards the boundary line by hand. They're calling for one deliberate. Umpire again doesn't have a bar of it. They've done pretty well, the umpires here this afternoon, I reckon. There's been a few bits of play where the players have pleaded for some kind of leniency and they haven't got it. Now, up they go in the ruck again. Thompson used his body. Jenkins at ground level did well for the Magpies. It's going to be pinged though. And the Tigers are going to get a free kick right on the shadows of half-time. Couldn't get any closer to half-time. The siren goes. So one thing for sure, Joel, is he won't play on.
Yep. Is it Rainey?
Rainey with the football.
Skipper's goal.
Directly in front. Distance won't be a problem. He'll stand at the paint mark of 50 when he starts his run. So all he needs to do is kick through the football. No wind whatsoever here at the Camp Reserve. Umpire is actually shading his eyes from the sun. That's how bright it is. The skipper comes in for the Tigers, pumps it through. What a goal for the Tigers right on half-time. Extend the lead to 10-7. And something going off the ball, 67. Castlemaine 7-2-44. As the boys got a little bit excited there after the siren.
Yeah, a little bit of push and shove, Johnny.
And field umpire Dan Goodridge actually just warned them to be careful because he said they'll be having another shot at goal here. So thankfully that didn't eventuate the Castlemaine supporters.
Well, it was a fiery little exchange between them there, and certainly this game has some venom in it at half-time. It was Kyneton, or Castlemaine, who opened up with 6 goals in the first term. Kyneton then banged on 8 in the second term, and they will be getting a blast from Shane Robertson. I'm calling it right now. That will be a phenomenal spray at half-time in the Castlemaine rooms. Kyneton to be pretty happy with their efforts to half-time, though, Coley. They led it by 23 points and in a pretty comfortable